All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is IRX, Indie Revolution Expo 2017, the sixth game exhibit we're going to be doing this weekend, the second of the day. And we're going to be starting off with a game called, I'm not sure if it's a soft G or hard G, but I'm going to say Sorgina or Sorgina, A Tale of Witches by Binary Soul. All right, that is Sorgina, Tale of Witches, excuse me, by Binary Soul. And I gotta say, there's something about the gameplay. It's not necessarily the graphics, but something about the gameplay that brings me back to some of the PS1 action platformers, like the adventure action platformers type of thing. And that's really comforting to me, nostalgic wise, because I spent a lot of time playing games like that on the PS1. This is like that with nicer, crisper art instead of super polygonal. But what do you guys
kind
think?
of like a comfort game. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
A comfort game that's going to drive me insane. The thing that I saw about this, and it's not just because of the magic. This is what every Harry Potter video game should be like. like I wish to God that they had made any of the Harry Potter games along the lines of this. It looks like it's going to be a fairly simple to pick up, but with enough depth that it's not going to just be oh hey, my 3-year-old's going to run through it without any issues. I'm pretty sure I'm going to struggle with this. Plus, I'm a collector, and it seems to have that collection aspect that is going to keep me going.
It looks really large too in terms of like the game world. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's a lot of times with indie games that are like these kinds of platformers, they there's a smaller scale to it, but this feels like one of those things where I would sit down, in front of my PS1 and expect to play a good, chunk of game as I go through it and enjoy being sucked into the universe. So apparently someone's triggering people in the chat saying the first 3 Harry Potter games were amazing. And I think the Virdra who just won Sirius Online not too long ago, I think does a voice in this game, I think is what they were saying.
I think that was directed at Sirius Online.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll figure it out.
So yeah, the art in this is pretty cool. It's interesting because the character model, it seems like the art from that compared to the game world is actually different. So it's an interesting aesthetic choice. What did you think of that?
I I'll be honest. I didn't really see a massive difference. Nothing that really popped out from me.
Well, she's like she's got this outline more like a it's not like cell shaded, but it looks more cartoonish as far as like how it's drawn, as opposed to like computer generated. If that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it really.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying on that. Yeah.
So, and I love those parts where in the gameplay too, where you're kind of crawling over. I think that's a big part of it because there were a lot of games I played on the PS1 where you were like shrunk down, going over like common household, items as the platformer, and I think that's part of it too. That I see that, so I'm really excited about it. I hope it's very successful. Anyway, Sorgina or Sorgina, I still don't 100%
know. We're so bad.
Yeah, A Tale of Witches by Binary Soul. Great job, and look forward to more.
I'm looking for the link that I can pop into chat.
There you go. It should be in the spreadsheet.
But where it should be. It's just a matter of finding.
Should or is.
Just hit Control F and type in Sorgina.
No, because then I'm going to throw something off.
Whatever. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. The other thing I'm looking forward to is this next game. We've talked about it last year. I think we talked about all 3 years of IRX. I'm not 100% sure. So, thank you as I receive food. Hold on a second. I got to move it. All right. And, yes, I think we talked about all 3 years, but definitely last year. It is called My Mom is a Witch by BIGOSAUR. That was My Mom is a Witch by BIGOSAUR. First of all, that was kind of badass, walking up to it and just staring it in the face as it slows down and gets petrified. You're muted, Rev. And there you go. So My Mom is a Witch is a... it's kind of cool because there's RPG elements to it, but it kind of sticks you in an arena almost. Like an arena brawler where you're fighting enemies in these single stages, big enemies too, like that giant ogre as you're seeing in the gameplay there. Also interesting mechanics as far as like moving on to other stages. Like I mean, you just saw it got launched by the trebuchets.
In order to go up a map level, yeah.
So it's pretty innovative as far as like. I can't think of another game I could compare it directly to, which is good.
Castle Crashers?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of Castle Crashers going on.
A little bit, but Castle Crashers is definitely more of a side scroll.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, you can definitely feel the inspiration, at least for me, at least, coming from that. Somebody in the audience said, there's also a touch of Binding of Isaac to it.
Yeah, with the map to map type thing.
Yeah. Have we talked about this one before?
Yes.
I really don't remember. I really don't remember that. Um, no, it's cute and adorable. I love the art style for it. Um, it's kind of that chibi hardcore
Chibi
that I just
hardcore. Is that
right.
is that that's like an oxymoron?
No,
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
New Steam category.
But yeah, I think the mechanics and the mixture of all that is probably what impresses me the most about My Mom is a Witch, and
Looks really well polished.
and it's 1 to 4 player co-op,
Online or local. Yeah,
online or local,
right.
which is always impressive to me as well, because that's like a whole other skill, is creating online co-op altogether.
Mm.
So
what do we have any other details on that one? What do we got? It is
on Steam, I believe. Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's technically in early access. It's roguelike, so every time you play it, you're getting something new. It is currently available. It looks like the official name that they're putting on it is Son of a Witch.
That's good.
Which is, yeah, I like
Oh,
that.
did they change the name of it?
According to their Steam page that they linked to, it's now Son of a Witch.
They registered it as My Mom is a Witch, so I'm just gonna say not my fault.
Yeah, no.
Usually is my fault, but not this time.
$20. We'll get you early access to this. They updated it as of the 11th, and prior to that, as of the 6th. So they are definitely still actively.
Pretty regular.
Yeah, Big Attack brings up always the shopkeeper dying. Why is that a thing in these kinds of games? When there's a shopkeeper, it can be murdered.
Okay, no, you know why? You know why it is? Because fuck shopkeepers. Okay,
They're just trying to earn a wage. They're just trying to support their family. They got a little kid
and the one in Crypt of the Necrodancer
Damaging-
has a wonderful singing voice.
No, it doesn't matter. The world is falling apart, and you are the hero that is going to save everybody, and some shopkeep is gonna nickel and dime your ass for the no, fuck that noise.
Well, what's the point of saving the world if you're gonna be homeless after it? Because you're giving away all your shit.
He's not going to be homeless. And even if he was, like, they acknowledge that you're the hero. They're like, yes, only you can do this. So 50
So you
gold,
just started playing D&D again. And you started playing D&D again. So you're telling me that you're playing D&D, and every time you have to go buy a potion, you're like, fuck you, and you stab him in the gut and take it anyway.
No, I don't buy potions. I play a cleric. I'll tell you about my character later. But no, I really like this game. It seems really well put together. I'm looking for like kind of a feature list, but it allows cross-platform multiplayer.
Ooh, do they list what other platforms they're going to put it on?
I'm trying to locate that right now.
I don't think they put that in the registration.
No, I don't think they did. Oh, it is currently on Windows, Mac, and Linux plus Steam OS.
That's still pretty cool to have cross-platform as something they're building into.
That's not something that's super common.
Interesting.
Multiplayer games.
Well, you know what else is not super common?
Our next game.
Yeah, doing 100 games in 5 years is not super common. As I brought more treasures. And sorry about that. Okay, next game is Bundle Kitt by James Earl Cox III. Okay.
I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm pretty entertained, I'm not gonna lie. And that music at the beginning of this was on point.
The it was unexpected. The sound effects are spot on.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so first off, this is adorable. It's a little short game. You're playing the bundled Kitt or bundle Kitt, and it's supposed to be performative. You are being the cute cat and adding liveliness to each scene. I'm going to have to give this a copy of this to my girlfriend because she's going to die and think it's adorable. Like I love how simple it is, but adorable and cute.
James has a wonderful imagination, especially making that many games over that amount of time, like one every 2 to 3 weeks, I think. This is one of those. I'm happy about the audience reaction. Not only, I mean, besides the fact that they're funny, but also because this is one of those games that people could easily be like, "It's not a game. Get it the fuck out of here." People seem to be intrigued by it, and I appreciate that, giving this kind of game a chance. I think part of the charm to this too is Bundle Kitt resonates with a lot of people. I too have walked to the kitchen and fell over sleeping before getting to the refrigerator.
I have meowed out my window on a nice day. The Virdra says, this cat is like a Chinese burrito. You know, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, it's burrito cat. Or I like Bundle Kitt. It's witty. I like it. It's cute.
Well done, James Earl Cox the Third. This is one of a few games that he has registered, so we'll be seeing a little bit more from him as we go.
Before we start this next one, okay. Because you know, all part and parcel. Another trivia for a copy of the game that we're about to show, Sirius Online. Whisper me the answer to the following question, and that is, what was the name of the first dog in space according to the legend?
Bundle Kitt. Bundle Kitt. The expansion that we have the exclusive that it's being worked on now. Bundle Kitt in space.
Bundago.
Bundago.
Like my Batman cup. Changes color.
Whoa.
Big Tech, you don't need to know the answer off the top of your head. And Nemesis, I believe it's /W and then my name.
Or you can just click his name and hit whisper.
You can click here and whisper. And I misspelled whisper. I think I've had too much cider. All right, so just give me the name of the first dog in space.
Weisberg.
And will be entered to win a copy of Sirius Online.
So while that's happening, shall we do the thing?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. Next up, Sirius Online by Digital Dawn Studios. You can find the dev in chat. Sirius Online official if you'd like to ask questions. But first, here's the gameplay footage.
You wanted a universe of peace. A way of preserving your way of life. The path to unity between races. But instead, you chose war. We are the harbingers of prosperity. The heralds of a new age. We are the Crimson Dawn.
Sirius Online by Digital Dawn Studios. And this is actually a trailer for Rise of the Crimson Dawn, if you couldn't tell, and which is the free expansion that you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
And a lot of people are comparing it to Star Citizen without the lives. The lies is what I'm trying to say.
It's also very evocative of oh shit, I just had it in my head. Okay, never mind. Moving on.
All right, bye. So as you can tell, it's a space sim, flying around spaceships, having war. You can mine. It's been a while since I've played, so correct me if I'm wrong. I think you can mine asteroids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty open world as far as the space goes, as far as you doing what you want. However, there are story elements to it that you can go around completing and progressing. But it is also an MMO in which you can play with multiple people, and there's the whole galaxy you can play with. It's not like, and by multiple people, I don't mean like just strictly multiplayer. MMO. So people are online playing, and you will be in the same world. As
Freelancer. That's the
name.
name. Freelancer. Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm getting major Freelancer vibes from this.
I couldn't.
I have not
Freelancer
played
plus
this.
Eve, says the dev. VDEX. So if you're a fan of those games and are sick of waiting for to be disappointed by Star Citizen, Sirius Online may be your jam.
I've been following Sirius Online since I first bumped into at Indie 3. This would have been what, 3-4 years ago? Yeah, it would have been 4 years ago.
4 years.
and seeing the progression of the game and what's been added and over time, and I feel really bad because I always get really excited every few months, and I try and jump in for a little bit, and then something will happen and it's like, oh, and then IRX happens and I'm like, oh, holy shit, that looks so cool, we new expansion, I'm gonna totally do this. So go ahead and check out Sirius Online. Like I said, it's my favorite space sim of the last few years, like since Freelancer.
And by the way, he's been working on this constantly and is updating it constantly, and it's free content releases as said in chat. So instead of having to worry about season passes, crap like that, and having to worry about the game going stale or something like that, help buy this game, help build up the community, which. Obviously, it's always more fun with more people, but you don't necessarily need to have those people to play. So if for some reason, you're on at like a low traffic time, you're still going to be able to play. There's plenty to do and plenty of things to destroy. And flying around is so much fun.
It's so well done. Okay, there was that bit of a trivia thing, and there were, I totally horked up my emails. There was 3 people that got the answer correct in Whisper, so I'm going to give that away real quick. Randomize real quick, and Nemesis is the winner of the next key. I will get that whispered over to you in just a moment.
And I will say, I mean, we joke about Star Citizen, and some people aren't joking, but I am joking. I am probably more optimistic than I should be, because games like Star Citizen tend to be overly ambitious. But I'm not shitting on Star Citizen if you're a fan of Star Citizen. I'm just saying that we've been following this game for a long time, and VDEX has been putting his heart and soul into this game, and is impressive the amount of work that has been put into this to make it fun for all of you. And I really hope to see the Sirius Online community blow up and just be chock full of spaceships shooting the shit out of each other. To be completely honest. All right. Speaking of blowing things up,
these segues are fantastic. It's like you planned this or something.
Off the top of my head. That's what's even more impressive. I surprised myself. Next up is Dr. KVORAK'S Obliteration Game by FREEKSTORM. Alright, that is Dr. KVORAK'S Obliteration Game by FREEKSTORM. And I know, Rev, you have been looking forward to this game also, so I'm going to let you take this one.
I have the name on it was intriguing to me. I like it. and I am going to absolutely hate it at the same time. And I don't mean that in the like, oh, it's fucking horrible. I mean, like, I know me and my inability to deal with puzzles well enough to know that I am going to hate this so much. It looks absolutely, it's so wonderfully well done.
There's something about puzzles in 3D space, though, that make it extra challenging because you have to think in another dimension. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I think that's going to add to your frustration.
Oh, definite. But it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I like the humor that is present. I love the look of it. Everything, the all of the little creatures that you have, it's not what I thought it was going to be based on the title, but I think I'm going to have more fun with it than I did with my thought of what it was going to be based on the title.
Okay. What did you think it was going to be? I'm just kind of curious.
I had more in mind a kind of a first person puzzle that you'd be running around blowing shit up in order to solve that, but it would be very much from the first person.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was going to be more a realistic as opposed to a sci-fi / future. And correct me if I'm wrong, was there a talking chicken in that trailer?
It looked like it.
I believe
Okay,
so.
so it wasn't just me.
Yeah,
I haven't dropped acid today.
Yeah, it's not the drugs. Not this time.
I want to see more of what kind of puzzles this game's going to have in it. I mean, clearly there's some, moving around of blocks and blocking of beams and stuff, but it's kind of good and bad. I don't know what kind of puzzles to expect playing this, which is good because then it's not spoiled. Like, you're not like, oh, yeah, you're going to go into it fresh. But also I'm like, I don't know what kind of puzzles these are going to be.
It's going to,
it looks like there's going to be some Portal-esque style, as well as, some...
FREEKSTORM is in chat, by the way. Just a heads up. So you can ask him. Then.
Yeah, there you go.
And VDEX would like you to add the Steam link if you would.
Yep, I'm looking for it.
So yeah, more about Dr. KVORAK'S Obliteration game. You mentioned the puzzles, and I think the opportunity, because it's 3D space, there's a huge opportunity for even more varied puzzles instead of repetitiveness, which sometimes games fall into. So I'm pretty optimistic about how many different kinds of puzzles. I mean, even just looking at that, one thing that's cool is you're not just sliding blocks around, but you're also avoiding traps. Like, I mean, it showed you like the one where the laser pops out of the floor and it shoots you dead, or the electric things that are flying around. So it's not just puzzles. And FREEKSTORM, go ahead and whisper that to Rev, just so, because it's going to delete your links.
He says lots more than just blocks.
I figured. So if you're looking for these puzzle games with a nice 3D view, which isn't usual, especially in indie games nowadays, because 3D is hard to do, let's be honest, check out Dr. KVORAK'S Obliteration game by FREEKSTORM and ask him any questions.
Did you mention the fact that it's full VR supported?
Oh shit, no I did not.
Yeah,
full VR supported.
That's pretty cool.
VR, HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, as well as the Touch. We've got the Steam link. Let me go ahead and throw that in chat as well.
There you go. Full VR support for that too, which is actually pretty cool. I wonder, does that, maybe you can answer this in chat, if it's VR support, does that suck you into like a first-person view, or are you still controlling it third-person through VR? I'm kind of curious about that, because it's almost always first-person view. So have there been games in VR that are third-person?
Yeah.
I can't think of any.
I can't think of its name, but I've played several.
Third-person. There you go. That's your answer. So that's interesting too, and that probably would help with anyone who has like the problem with getting motion sickness.
Yeah, probably you're right about that.
Having something to focus on that way.
Yeah.
You know, the camera's not all crazy. So, I mean, maybe that if you're that kind of person but want to play VR, that could be the game for you to try and play. Well, with that said, coming up next we have a panel by our very own Jacob Wood over there from Indie Hangover.